It's April, and what I'm going to show you how to do in this little video is how to make a graph and how to add it to your exhibition PowerPoint. So, let's see. First step is how many graphs are you going to need for your grades? You will need one graph for your semester courses, and that's math, English, science, college career prep, AutoCAD, and one graph for your year-long courses, life fitness, advisory, service learning, internship, and miscellaneous courses. And what I mean by miscellaneous courses is that we have some students who are enrolled in year-length APEX classes. If that's you, you know who you are. So two graphs for your grades. Don't forget, you'll need a third graph for some data points from your actual research project itself. So that's how many graphs? 3 graphs for your exhibition PowerPoint. So in order to make the graph, you've got to do 3 things. 1, you've got to know all your grades. Your November progress report, which was sent home to your parents and emailed to you, and of course your advisor can get you a copy of it, will have all of your progress grades and semester grades. The only thing that will be missing from that is your final grade, which will be available after November 6th. Second, you're going to have to convert your letter grades into numerical values because you can't graph a letter. So anyway, I will show you how to do that in the next slide. And then third is you're going to use Excel to make your graph. And I will show you how to do that. You might remember doing this in your ICT class. You might not. So if it's a refresher course, super. If you're learning for the first time, excellent as well. So I have set up this little system here. An A, 95%, A minus is 90%, so on and so forth, all the way down to an F at 58%. For the sake of simplicity and norming, I've just given every letter grade 1 numerical value, when in reality, there's a sliding scale for every letter grade. But in this case, I say lock it in with 1 numerical value. It makes your graphing easier, and it also makes it consistent. And on your transcript, it says you have an A minus, but you don't know what kind of A minus is that. Is it an 89? Is it an 88? Is it an 87? You don't know. So I've just assigned an A minus, 1 numerical value, 90%. Check and check. So let's take a look at Excel, because that's what we're going to do. So go to your Start menu, type in Excel, and it'll come up, Microsoft Excel. When you open it up, you're going to get a spreadsheet. And the first thing you're going to have to do is input your values. So, progress 1, type it in, hit Tab. That'll take you to the next cell, and you're going to put in your first progress 1 grade for whatever class. In this case, we're going to do English. So 80, because I got a B minus because I didn't turn in some of my work. So, and then you'll type in semester 1. Oops, sorry. I typed in semester, not semester 1, so I have to go back. Semester 1, tab. Don't worry that the 1 splits over. It knows. I did a little better in this semester, so I got an 85. So then we have progress 2. I'm really turning in my work. I got an A minus. And then, excuse me, this will be semester 2. I was pretty consistent, still kept that A minus. So that's my first class. You're going to graph multiple classes on the same graph. So the next class I did was my econ class. I myself felt a little overwhelmed that first semester, that first progress report, so I got a 75. But I pulled it together by the end and had a B. So there are only 2 grades for econ because that's the 5 credit half year class. So just a semester length. So now here, I'm going to put in my econ grades. And you'll notice that I offset them. And econ, I knocked it out of the park, 95. So we have 3 data sets here. So what you do is you're going to highlight this. And the way you're going to highlight this is push down your shift key and then use your arrows to highlight all the boxes. Once all the boxes are blue, you'll come up here to the Insert tab, click it, and then you're going to go to a line graph because that's what we want. I recommend this first one, this line graph, display trends over time. The overlapping with the stacked line, it looks funny, so I would go with this one. So click it. Woo! I have line graphs, which is excellent. But we're not done yet. We have to change this up just a little bit. Remember, basic graphing, vertical, up and down, horizontal, left to right. On this graph, you're never going to have any values below 60 or 58-ish if you got an F. So all of this is wasted space. So what you're going to have to do is format your vertical axes. So go up to axes, go to primary vertical axes, drop it all the way down to more primary vertical axes options. And then what you have to do over here is you have to change your maximum and your minimum. So we'll put it fixed at 100. And then for your minimum, it's going to be 60 if you didn't have any Fs. If you had Fs, put it in the 50 range. And then indicate your unit. Your major unit I like to be 10, and my minor unit I like to be 5. So click close, and now your graph makes more sense. You can see real growth over time, whereas with the other, you couldn't. So let's go to data labels. We want data labels above, and now you've got data labels for everything. You don't really need number labels for every single progress report. What I really care about are the end ones, right? So this first one for English, we don't need it because it's just a progress grade. This one here, we do need. It's an 85. As an audience, I might not know what an 85 means, so you want to turn that 85 into a letter grade. So I like 16-point font, make it bold, make it a B. And then you have 2 points that are intersecting here. So you're going to have to fiddle. Mess with that a little bit. But anyway, delete unnecessaries. So we have to continue changing out our numbers. $90 is an A minus, make sure that you change it, of course. Home, 16-point font, bold, and then you will do that for all of your ending data points. Take this guy out because he's oops. Take the 90 out because it's a progress grade. Change the 95 into a flat A. And remember, home, 16, bold, good to go. And then, last of all, you're going to have to change the labels on your chart. Because Series 1 doesn't mean anything. So, right-click on this, select Data, Series 1, click Edit, and the series name is going to be English 4. Okay. So Series 2, if you forget, you can move this because I just forgot. Series 2 is going to be Econ, so we will edit. Economics. Okay. Series 3, edit is Government. Okay. And so, last but not least, you need to put this thing in a PowerPoint. One thing I recommend, highlighter chart, before you put it in a PowerPoint, you need to make it bigger because your audience is going to be looking at this from, a fair amount back. So, stretch your chart. So now that we have it, make sure you don't click on inside the chart, you click on the whole box so you get your labels. Copy, pull up your PowerPoint, paste it, and there you go. And depending on which background color is, you might have to fiddle with your chart a little bit. You'll want to increase the font size over here so that people in the back can read it, and of course, you'll give it a label. So now everybody knows what they're looking at, and you have made a fantastic chart of your progress and your grades for semester 1 semester length courses. Remember, 2 graphs for your grades, 1 for the semester grades, 1 for the year-long grades, and then an additional graph, at least 1, in your research project. If you're having a hard time finding data for your research project, talk to your advisor. Thank you for watching this. I hope it was helpful.